So I just watched the newest DCOM, Camp Rock 3. And yeah, it's exactly what I thought it would be. I watched it with the homie Goose, and here's what she had to say.
That was butt. That was butt. Booty. Basura.
Basura?
Basura. Garbage.
I don't have a whole lot to say, so I'm gonna just start with the good and work down. This one's gonna be a little off the cuff. I gotta get back to Every Which Way and the super secret video. And I would hate for a video like this to shake things up. Okay, so the good. Connie is now the camp director, which honestly might be the best thing about the movie. She went from being the cook to the one who runs the show. That's badass. I didn't mind the changes to the camp. Makes sense they changed it up to expand over the years. They were able to capture a similar feel from the first one in some places. It has a different feel than some of the other DCOMs, which to be fair could be because it's been years since I've seen a new DCOM. It was a lot more grounded than the others, which was nice to see. It can still be hella dramatic, but that's Camp Rock for you. And that's about it. Alright, now the bad. This movie didn't need to be this long. You feel me? And it really became apparent with the pacing in the movie. The pacing is not the best, especially in the first half. It felt like the movie forcefully grabbed my hand to show me all the new plot points and characters and everything. The writing was kinda ass, not gonna lie. I swear, they sound like they've never talked to another human before. There's no substance. It feels like everything they say is just to move the plot along, which ends up hurting some of the characters as well. What I thought was gonna be the new generation's Camp Rock was more like a millennial cash grab. The movie is filled with references to the OG, and they do not hide it.
There's a stage over there. We're here! Finally. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Like dead ass, this should have been called Camp Rock 2.5. The competitive element had potential to be fun. I enjoyed the audition bit, but it does take away from the camp vibe, if that makes sense. Sometimes the competition can really suck the camp out of Camp Rock. I would have enjoyed it more if they sprinkled out some of the camp activities along with the competition. I wish there was more activities being shown like the writing one. The challenges don't really make sense and they take over the whole camp, especially the third one. You lock children in a school bus to pretend that it's a $1 million tour bus? To be fair, I do think you can argue that all of these challenges were essentially just made up on the fly because they do have that sporadic feel to them. And the way they kind of just put this all on Lark stressing out over this shit, I'd buy it. One positive I'll say, we get to see in real time the impact that Camp Rock has on everyone. There's a sense of community here. These are a bunch of strangers connecting through music. That's a vibe. The characters were about just what I expected, all the usual beats. Obsessive main lead, bad boy love interest, popular mean girl, the works. Maddie is such a forgettable villain. I may have been too hard on Tess. She was justified in her beef with Sage, but to that point, wouldn't it have made more sense to get revenge on just Sage instead of all of top 5? Also, her attempt at revenge was weak as hell. Oh damn, you messed up my t-shirt. Well, I'm still in the top 5, nigga, fuck you. Oh no, you scribbled on my childhood bear? That's crazy. I guess I'm not gonna take him on my tour bus, nigga. I still win. Tess would be ashamed. The only thing of note was her messing with the cello because yeah, that's incredibly messed up. This will alter the sound and ruin the wood. But I guess not because Rosie ends up playing it in the final jam, so whatever. Also, there's a scene where Madison does the whatever major loser or whatever it's called. How does she know what that is? Where did she see that? I'm not gonna lie, it did get a grin out of me. I did not think they were gonna call that back. I kind of felt the same way when they did the whole line dance thing in the beginning, which Sage believed was just a myth. I like to think that when it was all said and done after Camp Rock 2, they look back on it and cringe like, God damn, why did we do that? Let's scratch it from the record. If anybody asks, we never did it. For the whatever loser thing, I like to believe that either Tess never stopped using it or this was part of like Mitchie's tell-all novel or something. Also, why was Madison still here? Why was she allowed to stay? She leaked the comp. She should have been kicked out. Rosie is your typical insecure Disney character. Like, she wasn't really that interesting to me. Though she did try to kill Cliff. And I mean, I get it. But also, he did nothing wrong to anybody. She deadass tries to kill him. They just laugh it off. No, you're trapped on a bus with a serial killer. Sage finds Mitchie's songbook, but nothing really comes of it besides her writing in it for her final jam. She stole Mitchie's songbook and Connie just allows her to keep it. I thought Sage's arc was kind of interesting. She wants to be a star more than anything, but her dream has been slowly consuming her and causing rifts in her relationships. And you know what? That was pretty compelling. It's like that sometimes when you want something so bad you drop everything else to achieve it. Like a wise sitcom man once said,
A dream can be a distraction just as easy as it can be a goal.
Cliff could be hella annoying, but I think by default he's my favorite. If the script wasn't so bad, he might have actually been funny, though I would never consider Camp Rock to be a funny movie. I did laugh at this bit though.
Just making sure you guys haven't gone all Lord of the Flies on me.
What's Lord of the Flies?
Read a book, Cliff.
The Jonas Brothers were barely in it, but that was to be expected. Same goes for Mitchie, who might have been here by force? I don't know, she delivered her lines like she was being held at gunpoint.
It was the best Final Jam I've ever seen. They were all incredible. And that girl at the end, Sage, she's really good.
I was hoping she would have sung a song or something, and that's not a nitpicky thing. I genuinely wanted to hear what a 2026 Mitchie song would sound like. Honestly, the music was the best part. Besides all the covers of the OG songs, the new original songs were okay to pretty good. Before I get into the songs, one bit I really enjoyed and I wish I saw more of was just Fletch and Desi playing the guitar. Just vibing out, jamming together, that was nice. The auto-tune in the songs were a bit distracting. Most of these kids can sing just fine. I'm not sure why they did this. One Beat Away was a solid opener, and Echo is probably my favorite song. My least favorite, however, was Work in Progress. I hated the way she discovered the idea, and the song itself was underwhelming. Honestly, I would argue that this year's Final Jam was pretty weak. You got Cliff with his We Got Let It Shine at Home ass performance. I thought Rosie's was fine in the context of the movie, but the song on its own was again not my favorite. And to be fair, though I did not hate Desi's and Fletcher's songs, I did feel like as a Final Jam performance, they were kinda weak. You are finna open for one of the biggest bands in the world, and this is what you bring to the table? But nah, I wasn't expecting banger after banger, but for the most part, the soundtrack was fine. It's still not top 10, but hey, that's just me. So yeah, this was an okay decom with some bright spots here and there. I feel like objectively, it is the better decom of the two, but if I was forced to watch one of them, I'll probably pick The Gun. If you haven't seen it, it is currently streaming on Disney+. If it is truly over and we will never get another Camp Rock movie again, having the camp live on through another generation is a fine ending to me. But hey, you don't have to take my word for it.
They should have kept this in the drafts, baby.
We should have got a Let It Shine too, I agree.
I didn't say that.